My child, stop where you are and listen. Heaven is speaking to you now. The hour you have long awaited has arrived, and I will not let you miss it. You have cried, you have endured, and you have waited in the shadows, but hear me clearly. Your wait is over. Are you ready for this? This is not another moment to ponder. This is the moment to awaken. Everything that has been delayed is stirring to life. What I am about to unveil will shift your destiny, shake your comfort, and summon the courage I placed within you. So be still and listen, for I am speaking directly to you. You have cried in the dark when no one saw, haven't you, my beloved? You whispered prayers through trembling lips, wondering if I was listening, if I still remembered you. I have heard every word, every sigh, every heart be heavy with love. Even the prayers you couldn't speak, I received them as sacred echoes before my throne. You thought I was silent, but I was listening more closely than you ever knew. My silence was not absence. It was the sound of heaven preparing the answer. And now, I speak. Your wait is over. I want you to know this. I was never distant. When you thought the heavens were closed, I was nearer than your breath. I was watching you grow through the pressure, teaching you to walk by faith when sight betrayed you. Every unanswered prayer, every season of stillness, every delay was a tool in my hand, shaping your heart to carry what is coming. You thought nothing was moving, but beneath the quiet, I was arranging the unseen. Hearts, timing, opportunities, alignments. You could not see it, but I was setting the stage for your breakthrough. You see, my child, there are moments when I must quiet the noise around you so you can hear the whisper within you, the whisper that tells you who I am and who you are in me. In the silence, you learn to listen differently. You learn that faith is not measured by how often I speak, but by how steadfastly you trust when I don't. I was building that kind of faith in you, the kind that does not crumble under silence but grows stronger because of it. And now, the silence is breaking. I am moving swiftly, and you will know that I, the Lord, have remembered you. The season that seemed lifeless is stirring again. The door that once refused to open will open at the lightest touch. The prayers that felt buried in the ground have not died. They have been taking root, and now they are about to bloom. I am turning your mourning into melody, your stillness into movement, your waiting into wonder. Listen closely, because this is not a whisper anymore. It is a divine announcement. The time you have been waiting for has arrived. The heavens are responding. The angels are aligning. The promises I gave you are awakening. What seemed lost will return in fullness. What you thought delayed will now unfold with acceleration. This is your moment, my child. The silence has done its work. You are no longer in the waiting room. You are standing at the threshold. I am calling your name in the open. Step forward. The silence has broken, and your wait is over. You thought nothing was happening, didn't you? You looked at the stillness around you and assumed I had gone quiet, that your prayers had floated into the sky and dissolved. But oh, my beloved, while you were waiting, I was weaving. I was building in silence what your eyes could not yet perceive. You measured progress by what you could see. I measured it by what I was doing in the unseen. You saw stillness. I saw strategy. Every delay was a divine hand moving pieces on a board you didn't even know existed. I was setting up favor before you arrived, preparing hearts to receive you, creating divine intersections where your obedience would meet my perfect timing. I was pruning relationships that could not walk with you into the promise and shielding you from battles that would have broken your spirit too soon. You see, I do not waste a single waiting season. Even your stillness is sacred to me. You were not abandoned in your waiting. You were being refined in my workshop. When you wept in confusion, I was softening the soil of your heart so that when the rain of fulfillment came, it would sink deep and bear fruit that would last. You longed for the promise, but I was shaping the person who could carry it. For if I had given you what you asked for when you first desired it, you would have held the blessing but lost the lesson. You would have tasted success but not developed strength. Waiting was not punishment, it was preparation. You often wondered why I didn't move faster, why doors that seemed good stayed locked. But I saw beyond what you could. Some doors were protection disguised as disappointment. Some opportunities you begged for would have drained your spirit instead of elevating it. My silence was your safety, and my delay was your defense. I was forming your character in secret, fortifying your soul, and deepening your dependence on me, because what I am bringing you into requires more than excitement. It requires endurance. Now, as the veil lifts, you will see what I've been doing behind the scenes. You will realize that the waiting season was never wasted time, it was sacred time. I hid my work from your sight not to keep you in suspense, but to keep you surrendered. For faith only grows when sight is denied. And now that you have endured, the foundation I built beneath you is strong enough to hold what is coming. Everything hidden will soon be revealed, and you will see that every unseen moment was heaven's architecture, building your destiny from the inside out. You have learned to believe me even when nothing made sense, and that is where true faith is born. In the beginning, your prayers were filled with urgency, with the desire to see immediate results. But over time, as your cries met silence, you began to discover something deeper, faith that doesn't depend on outcomes. You began to love me not for what I could do, but for who I am. This is the faith I treasure, the faith that endures storms without losing its song, that still lifts its hands even when the blessing hasn't arrived. My child, the waiting shaped your faith into something weighty and real. You no longer chase feelings or signs to know I am near, you sense me even in the dark. You have grown from needing miracles to trusting in my character. You have stopped demanding evidence because you now carry revelation. This is what maturity looks like, not the absence of desire, but the presence of trust. I have been teaching you to rest even when the winds rise, to believe that my silence is not my absence, and that my delays are not my denials. Faith is a muscle, and I have been strengthening yours. You learned to keep walking when the path grew steep. You chose to keep believing when your emotions rebelled. You learned to praise me while the promise was still hidden beneath the soil. And because of that, your faith now holds a fragrance that moves heaven, the fragrance of surrender, of resilience, of pure love. What I am about to give you will not break you, because your faith has been fortified through fire. You are no longer fragile, you are unshakable. Understand this. I never intended your faith to remain simple and small. I wanted it to grow into something eternal, the kind of faith that carries peace in chaos and joy in uncertainty. That's why I allowed the tasks, the silences, the delays. I wanted your roots to go deeper than your circumstances. And now that your faith has matured, it will draw strength not from what happens to you, but from who you know me to be. You are ready now, ready to receive the promise, not as one who fears losing it, but as one who knows the giver cannot fail. Your faith has ripened, and the harvest is near. What I am placing upon you now is not light, my beloved. It carries the weight of heaven's glory, and only those refined in waiting can bear it. You have been tested, stretched, and purified for this very moment. The blessing I am releasing over you is not a fleeting reward. It is a mantle of purpose that will shift generations. I am entrusting you with influence, responsibility, and divine authority, not to exalt you, but to display my glory through you. This is why the waiting was so long, because the weight you are about to carry required strength that could only be forged in fire. I am giving you more than answered prayers. I am giving you divine assignment. This next season is not about comfort, but calling. What I am releasing through you will not only bless your life, it will heal others, restore broken places, and reveal my power to those who doubt. But to carry this weight of glory, your heart must stay tender and your hands clean. You must remember that the gift belongs to me, and you are its steward. The higher I lift you, the lower you must bow. This weight will draw attention, but it will also attract resistance. Yet fear not. The same hand that places it upon you will sustain you under it. I have trained you in hiddenness so you could walk humbly when the light shines. I have let you taste weakness so you would rely fully on my strength. Every tear you cried was not wasted. It has watered the anointing now resting upon you. You will move in favor that defies logic because you endured what others abandoned. You didn't quit, and now I can trust you with more. Prepare yourself, for this glory will not just be seen in what you achieve, but in who you become. You will speak and peace will follow. You will pray and mountains will move. You will love and chains will fall from hearts. My presence will rest upon you, not as a fleeting feeling but as a constant reality. You will carry me into every space you enter, your family, your work, your city, and people will know I am with you. This is the weight of glory, and you were born to bear it. So lift your head, beloved, your time has come. You have walked through barren lands, haven't you? The wilderness felt endless, dry, silent, unforgiving. You searched for me among the desolate paths and wondered if I had led you there only to leave you behind. Yet even there, I was with you. Every lonely mile was sacred to me. You didn't realize that while the wilderness stripped you of comfort, it was clothing you in strength. It removed what could not endure where I am taking you. The wilderness has always been my classroom, a place not of punishment but preparation. I let you hunger so you would discover the bread that never perishes. I let you thirst so you would learn that living water flows not from your surroundings, but from within your spirit, where my presence dwells. You wondered why I kept you in that season longer than you expected, why promises seemed far off while others seemed to move ahead. But I was testing your endurance, deepening your dependence, teaching you to move at my pace instead of chasing the world's rhythm. The wilderness was not delay, it was design. I used the heat of it to burn away false attachments, the need for approval, the fear of failure, the addiction to control. I allowed the nights to stretch long so you would discover my light within your darkness. Every step that felt like wandering was actually leading you closer to destiny. Now hear me clearly. That season is ending. The dust that clung to your feet is falling away. You are crossing out of the dry land and into the territory of fulfillment. You will see fruit where you once saw only struggle. Rivers will spring from the ground you thought was cursed. Where you once heard only silence, you will now hear songs of restoration. The wilderness shaped your character, but it will not define your future. You have been tested and found faithful, and now I am releasing you into the land of promise, not because you earned it, but because you endured. So lift your eyes, beloved. The wilderness did not break you, it built you. The loneliness was never meant to last. You were not meant to die there, but to rise from there. The ground that once felt barren will now burst forth with abundance. I am bringing you home, not to the place you came from, but to the purpose you were born for. The wilderness season has fulfilled its work. Step out of it now, for the dawn has come. There are mysteries I kept hidden from you, not to torment you, but to protect the sacred timing of their revelation. You cried out for clarity while I cloaked certain truths in shadow. You asked, "Why, Lord?" and I answered only with stillness. But now, the time of unveiling has come. What was once confusing will soon make sense. The fog that clouded your path will lift, and you will see that I was never withholding from you. I was shielding you. Some revelations are too heavy to carry before the heart is ready, and yours had to be strengthened by the process before it could handle the fullness of light. I hid certain doors because you would have entered too soon. I concealed specific truths because knowing them prematurely would have made you move without wisdom. Even my silence had meaning. It guarded what was sacred from being mishandled. But now, I am lifting the veil. You will begin to perceive my hand in the moments you once called mistakes. You will see that the detours were divine, that the delays were deliberate, and that the confusion was crafting clarity. What once felt like chaos will reveal itself as choreography. This unveiling will come gently at first, through moments, through people, through sudden insight that floods your heart with peace. You will say, "Now I understand." And I will whisper, "I was there all along." The pain that once blinded you will now teach you. The doors that closed will make sense in the light of where I am leading you. I am revealing not only the what and the why, but also the who you are becoming, who I have called you to be, who I have always known you to be. You are about to see your life from a higher vantage point. What you called delay was incubation. What you called silence was strategy. And what you thought was loss was transformation in disguise. You will no longer walk in confusion but in divine comprehension. I am unfolding the tapestry before your eyes, and you will marvel at how every thread, even the dark ones, form something beautiful. This unveiling is not the end of mystery, but the beginning of understanding. For when I reveal, I also commission. What you now see clearly will empower you to walk boldly into what's next. Do you feel it, my child? The atmosphere around you is changing. The winds that once resisted you are now carrying you. What once seemed stuck is moving with divine acceleration. You have stepped into a shift, a transition orchestrated not by human hands, but by my spirit. I am turning the page of your story, and nothing will remain the same. The very ground beneath your feet is responding to the sound of my command. This shift is not random. It is a fulfillment of everything I promised. You have passed the tests, endured the silence, survived the stretching, and now it is time for movement. When I move, I do not do so gradually. I do it suddenly. You have waited long, but the change will come swiftly. Doors that resisted you will open effortlessly. People who overlooked you will now be drawn to you by my design. Seasons will reverse. Where you sowed in tears, you will reap in laughter. The shift is not only around you, it is within you. I am changing the way you think, the way you perceive, the way you respond. You will no longer operate from fear but from faith, no longer from striving but from rest. Be alert, for this shift will require discernment. Not every opportunity will be meant for you, but every assignment will be clear. I will guide you by peace, not pressure. Listen closely to my voice, for I am directing your steps with precision. What once took years will now unfold in moments. What seemed impossible will now bow to my timing. The delays that frustrated you were only building momentum for this very release. The wheel of destiny is turning in your favor, and the sound of transition is in the air. But remember, this shift is not about speed, it's about alignment. I'm aligning you with the right people, the right places, the right purpose. Everything that was out of order will come into divine synchronization. You will move effortlessly in what used to exhaust you. The grace that once seemed distant will now overtake you. You will not have to force it. You will simply flow in it. For I, the Lord, have spoken, and when I shift things, No one can stop them. So breathe deeply, my beloved. The winds have changed direction. The waiting has ended. Step into the new, for the divine shift has begun. I ask you now, my beloved, are you ready for what you prayed for? You've asked me for open doors, for destiny to unfold, for the weight of promise to rest upon your life. But readiness is more than desire. Readiness is surrender. It is not the absence of fear, but the presence of obedience. You see, I have watched you cry for change, yet I have also watched you cling to what must be released. To step into what I've prepared, you must let go of what has expired. The next chapter cannot be written while your hands still grasp the pages of the past. So I ask again, not in judgment, but in love, are you ready to move with me when I say, now? I test readiness not with comfort but with calling. When I bring transition, it will always require trust. You cannot walk into new territory carrying old mindsets. You cannot pour new wine into old skins, for the old will burst and the new will be wasted. So I bring you into moments that stretch your faith and strip your illusions. You may call them trials, but they are my training grounds. Every test has been preparing your heart for this moment. Every delay has been sculpting your courage. Every disappointment has been chiseling away pride, fear, and doubt so that what remains is pure, ready, refined, and resolute. Readiness is not about perfection. It is about willingness. You don't have to have every answer. You just need to say, yes, Lord. I am not asking you to know the details, only to trust my direction. When I said to Abraham, go to the land I will show you, I did not give him a map. I gave him a promise. When I said to Peter, follow me, I did not explain the cross. I revealed the kingdom. Readiness, my child, is walking even when you cannot see the full road ahead. It is trusting that my footsteps before you are sure, and my hand beside you will not let go. So if I open the door today, will you step through it? If I ask you to release what once defined you, will you trust me enough to do so? Readiness is proven not in what you say, but in what you surrender. I have seen your heart, and I tell you, the refining is complete. You are more prepared than you realize. The waiting was your training. The breaking was your becoming. You are ready not because you feel it, but because I declare it. So rise, your preparation has met its purpose. The test is over. The time has come. What I now place upon your life is not merely a blessing. It is a mantle. This is not a moment of casual favor, but of divine entrustment. The gifts, the opportunities, the influence I release to you carry my name and my purpose. You are not simply a receiver, you are a carrier. And what you carry must serve more than your comfort. It must serve my kingdom. I did not bless you so that you could build walls around your own success. I blessed you so you could become a well that overflows into others. Stewardship is the true test of greatness, to hold what is holy without claiming it as your own. This mantle will require humility. The higher I lift you, the deeper your roots must grow in me. The more I entrust to your hands, the more you must learn to release control. Power in my kingdom is never about possession. It is about purpose. Every resource, every talent, every door that opens before you is sacred, meant to reveal me, not replace me. When I give, I do not just bless you, I commission you. You are being sent as an ambassador of light into places where my presence has long been forgotten. And the way you carry yourself will speak louder than your words. Guard your heart, for the mantle you carry will draw both favor and opposition. Do not be distracted by applause, nor discouraged by criticism. Stay hidden in me. Let your success be my glory, and your humility be my power. Remember that I do not measure stewardship by size, but by sincerity. The widow who gave her last coin was greater in heaven's sight than kings who gave from their surplus. So do not compare your calling to another's. Simply be faithful with what I place before you. You will feel the weight of this mantle at times, not because it is too heavy, but because it is real. The anointing carries both burden and beauty. It will stretch you, yet it will also sustain you. When you feel overwhelmed, return to me, for I am the source that replenishes. Do not let your mantle become your identity. Let it remain your assignment. I gave it to you not so you would shine alone, but so that through you, others would find light. Walk wisely, my steward. Carry the mantle with reverence, and the heavens will continue to pour through your life without measure. Can you feel it rising within you? That stirring you sense? It is purpose awakening. For too long, it slept beneath layers of fear, doubt, and distraction, waiting for the moment your heart would be ready to carry it. A time has come. I am awakening what I placed in you before the foundation of the world. Dreams you thought had died, visions you buried beneath disappointment, desires that once burned bright but were silenced by pain. I am breathing upon them again. What I planted in you was never lost, only hidden until the appointed time. And now, the time is here. You were not created for survival, you were created for significance. Every hardship you endured was shaping your assignment. Every no you faced was redirecting you toward the right yes. Even the moments you thought were meaningless were part of the divine map guiding you back to purpose. I never wasted a single step of your journey. You have been through fire, yes, but that fire refined the gold within you. The ashes you wear will soon reveal beauty unimaginable. This is not the awakening of something new. It is the rebirth of something eternal. Purpose is not found in striving. It is discovered in surrender. You do not have to chase it, you only need to yield. As you walk in intimacy with me, purpose unfolds naturally, like dawn chasing away the night. You will find that what once felt ordinary is sacred when done with me. Your voice will carry authority, not because you demand it, but because you finally walk in alignment with destiny. You will begin to see connections between your pain and your calling, between your waiting and your wisdom. What once confused you will now confirm who you are becoming. And as your purpose awakens, it will call others to awaken too. Your obedience will become a ripple that touches hearts you've never met. You will find that what once drained you now fuels you because you are finally walking in what you were designed for. So do not shrink back. You have been hidden long enough. Step into the light of your assignment. The world does not need another imitation. It needs the original design I created in you. You are not too late, not too broken, not too far behind. My timing is perfect, and this very moment, is your awakening. Rise and walk in purpose, for heaven itself is watching you come alive. Do you feel the shift within your spirit, the gentle stirring, the quiet knowing that something greater has arrived? This is the season I promised you, the one that felt like it would never come. The drought is over, beloved. The heavens are open, and I am pouring out more than you asked for, more than you imagine. This is not a season of scraps or survival. It is a season of overflow. The time of barely enough is ending. You have walked faithfully through lack, through silence, through surrender, and now I am rewarding your perseverance with abundance. But remember, this overflow is not meant to drown you in comfort. It is meant to release you into purpose. The blessing I pour out is not for storage but for flow. When I pour into your life, it is so that you can pour into others. I am not just blessing your hands, I am blessing the hands that will receive through you. Your table will not simply be filled, it will feed multitudes. I will cause resources, ideas, connections, and opportunities to find you, not because you chased them, but because you aligned your heart with mine. The overflow of heaven does not follow ambition, it follows obedience. You have sown seeds in hiddenness, and now the harvest comes swiftly. The ground that once resisted you will now yield easily. What was hard will become effortless because my favor is upon you. But I must remind you, the overflow is sacred. It carries responsibility. The more I give, the more I expect you to walk in wisdom and generosity. Guard your heart from pride, for the overflow is not a crown, but a commission. Let it humble you, not harden you. Let it draw you closer to me, not to the illusion of independence. Remember that the same hand that gives is the hand that guides. I have taught you to manage the dry season so you could honor the season of plenty. Now that it has come, hold it loosely and use it wisely. This overflow will touch every area, peace where there was once turmoil, joy where there was mourning, strength where there was weakness. You will see me restore time, opportunities, and even relationships that seemed forever lost. The blessing will come suddenly, abundantly, and undeniably. And as it does, you will know that this is not luck, not coincidence, it is me. I am rewarding your endurance with increase, your tears with triumph, your faith with fulfillment. So open your hands, beloved. The cup that once trembled in emptiness will now run over with my goodness. You have entered your overflowing season. Look back for a moment, my beloved. See how far you've come, every valley, every storm, every tear-stained night. You thought you wouldn't make it, yet here you are, still standing, still believing. That is not your strength, that is my faithfulness. Through every unanswered prayer, through every delay that tested your patience, I was there, weaving purpose through pain. I never once turned away from you. Even when you doubted me, I held you. Even when you fell, I lifted you. My faithfulness is not dependent on your perfection. It is anchored in my promise. And now, the story of your endurance will become the testimony of my constancy. Others will look at your life and see evidence that I never fail. They will say, "Surely the Lord has been with them," and they will be right. What I have done in you will speak louder than anything you could ever say. The breakthroughs you walk in will become a light for those still wandering in the dark. The victories you now experience will breathe hope into the weary and remind them that waiting on me is never in vain. I am turning your journey into a living witness of my goodness, not because I need to prove myself, but because the world needs to see what steadfast love looks like. Every scar you carry will tell a story, not of defeat, but of deliverance. The very places where you were once broken will now shine as testimonies of restoration. People will see the joy in your eyes and know it was born from pain that only I could heal. They will see the peace around you and recognize it as the peace that surpasses understanding. You are becoming a walking altar of remembrance, a visible reminder that my promises endure through time and trial. And know this, your testimony will not end with you. The faith that sustained you will ripple through generations. Children and grandchildren will be strengthened by your story. Strangers will find courage through your endurance. Your faithfulness in waiting has produced fruit far beyond what you can see. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. And now, through your life, others will believe that truth more deeply. So let your gratitude rise as worship. Let your words proclaim, "He did it." For I did, and I will continue to. My faithfulness is not an event, it is eternal. You are the witness of the truth, and your life is my testimony written in living color. Now, my child, it is time. You have waited, you have wrestled, you have grown, but the waiting season has fulfilled its purpose. I have healed what needed healing, strengthened what was weak, and restored what was broken. Now I call you to move. Do not look back with fear or forward with hesitation. Look only to me. The door stands open before you, and I am already on the other side, beckoning you forward. The same voice that called light out of darkness now calls destiny out of you. You are ready, not because everything is perfect, but because I am with you. Do not allow the shadows of the past to whisper lies of inadequacy. You are not who you were. You have been transformed in the waiting. What once intimidated you will now bow before your courage. The land I am leading you into requires faith, but not fear. You do not have to understand the whole path. You only need to take the first step. For every step you take, I will reveal the next. Trust that my hand is steady, that my timing is precise, and that my plans for you are good. You have asked for a sign. Here it is. I am speaking directly to your spirit. Move. This is the season of manifestation, of walking in what you once only dreamed about. What you prayed for is no longer ahead of you. It is here. You are standing in the threshold of answered prayer, and all of heaven is watching your response. Do not shrink back. Do not doubt your worthiness. I have already gone before you to prepare the way. You are anointed for this moment. The waiting refined you. The wilderness equipped you. And now faith must lead you. Step forward boldly, not in your confidence, but in mine. And as you move, remember, you are not stepping into uncertainty, but into fulfillment. The road may not be smooth, but it will be sacred. Every obstacle will bow to my presence. Every fear will dissolve in my love. Every lie will fall silent before truth. I am with you, not behind you, not beside you, but within you. You are not walking alone. You are walking in me. So take courage, beloved. The wait is over. The time is now. Step forward into the promise, for all of heaven moves with you. The dawn has broken. Your new beginning hath begun. Amen.